How to Speak to Your Higher Self, Unlocking Inner Wisdom and Divine Guidance by James R. Sterling. The answers you've been searching for have been inside you all along. Every moment of doubt, every crossroads, every unanswered question, your higher self has always been there, quietly guiding you. Your higher self isn't some distant mystical being watching from above. It's not an external force separate from you, it is you. It's the most aligned, intuitive, and deeply wise version of yourself. The part of you that exists beyond fear, beyond self-doubt, beyond the noise of everyday life. The higher self is the version of you that sees with clarity, makes decisions from a place of truth, and fully understands your purpose. But if this wisdom already exists within you, why does it often feel so hard to access? Why do so many people struggle with indecision, confusion, and uncertainty? Most of us are so caught up in external distractions and limiting beliefs that we've lost touch with this inner voice. We second-guess ourselves, ignore our intuition, or dismiss those quiet nudges that try to steer us in the right direction. This audiobook is about reconnecting with that voice. It's about learning how to quiet the external noise, tune into your intuition, and establish a clear, consistent connection with your higher self. You'll discover practical techniques to strengthen this inner dialogue, recognize the signs and messages that are guiding you, and learn how to trust yourself deeply. The journey to your higher self isn't about becoming someone new, it's about remembering who you've always been. Are you ready to listen? Let's begin. Chapter 1: Understanding the Higher Self. Your higher self is the part of you that already knows. It's the voice that gently nudges you in the right direction, the deep intuition that warns you before a mistake, and the quiet confidence that surfaces when you align with your truth. Unlike the ever-changing thoughts and emotions that come and go, your higher self is constant. It's the core of who you are, beyond fear, beyond doubt, beyond conditioning. But to truly connect with your higher self, you have to understand what it is, and just as importantly, what it isn't. Many people confuse the higher self with the ego. The ego is the part of you that reacts, judges, and clings to identity labels. It's fueled by fear, comparison, and the need for validation. The ego wants control, while the higher self trusts in the flow of life. Then there's the subconscious mind, the storage house of your habits, memories, and beliefs. It influences your automatic reactions and behaviors. But unlike the higher self, it operates on past conditioning rather than deep wisdom. So if the ego seeks control and the subconscious follows patterns, what does the higher self do? It guides, it sees the bigger picture, and operates from a place of love, wisdom, and expansion. It's the version of you that makes choices based on growth, not fear. From both a scientific and metaphysical perspective, this inner knowing is real. Neuroscientists recognize the power of intuition. Your brain gathers and processes information beyond conscious awareness, leading to gut feelings that seem to arise out of nowhere. Spiritual traditions from ancient mysticism to modern metaphysics describe the higher self as the bridge between the material world and infinite consciousness. Understanding this part of you is the first step toward deep transformation. When you recognize the difference between ego-driven thoughts and higher self-guidance, you begin to see the world and your decisions through an entirely new lens. Your higher self is always speaking. The question is, are you listening? Chapter 2: Signs your higher self is already speaking to you. You've experienced it before. The sudden gut feeling that tells you to take a different route home, the unexplained sense of knowing when someone is about to call, or the strong pull toward a decision that makes no logical sense but feels right. These aren't just coincidences. They're signs your higher self is already guiding you. Your higher self communicates in subtle yet powerful ways. One of the most common is inner nudges, that small, persistent whisper urging you to explore a new path, end a toxic situation, or take a leap of faith. It often speaks in emotions rather than words. If something feels expansive, light, and exciting, it's likely alignment. If something feels restrictive, heavy, or forced, it may be a warning sign. Another way your higher self sends messages is through synchronicities. Have you ever repeatedly seen the same number sequence, heard the same phrase from different people, or stumbled upon the exact book or video you needed at the perfect time. These patterns are not random. They're signals nudging you toward clarity and action. Dreams and déjà vu are also key ways the higher self communicates. Some dreams feel more profound than others, almost like a direct download of insight or guidance. Certain dreams may even repeat until you take notice. Déjà vu, that eerie sense that you've been somewhere or experienced something before, could be a moment of alignment, your higher self reminding you that you're on the right track. Of course, not all thoughts and impulses come from the higher self. Mental noise, fear, anxiety, and overanalysis often disguises itself as intuition. The key difference? True higher self guidance is calm, clear, and persistent. It doesn't pressure or create fear, it simply knows. Self-reflection. Exercise. Think back to a time when you just knew something without a logical explanation. What happened when you followed that feeling? What happened when you ignored it? The more you reflect on these moments, the more you'll recognize your higher self's voice when it speaks. Chapter 3. Quieting the mind to hear the wisdom. Your higher self is always speaking to you, but are you truly listening? Most people don't hear its wisdom, not because it isn't there, but because their minds are too cluttered with distractions, fears, and external noise. In a world filled with constant stimulation, learning to quiet the mind is one of the most powerful steps toward deepening your connection with your higher self. Think of your mind like a radio. If it's filled with static, overthinking, stress, and endless to-do lists, you can't tune into the right frequency. But when you create stillness, the signal becomes clear, and your higher self's guidance comes through. One of the most effective ways to clear mental clutter is mindfulness. Being present, truly present, helps you recognize when thoughts are just noise and when a deeper intuition is trying to come through. Start by practicing mindfulness in simple moments. Feel the warmth of your coffee cup, listen fully when someone speaks, or take a few deep breaths before reacting to a situation. Presence creates space for wisdom. Meditation is another powerful tool. You don't have to sit cross-legged for hours. Just a few minutes of intentional breathing can work wonders. Try this. Close your eyes, inhale deeply, and focus on your breath. As thoughts arise, imagine them floating away like clouds. Then ask your higher self a question and sit in stillness. The answer may come as a feeling, a word, or a sudden realization. Another way to access higher wisdom is through journaling. Writing creates clarity. When your mind is racing, put your thoughts on paper. A simple prompt. What does my higher self want me to know today? Write freely, without overthinking. You may be surprised by what comes through. When you quiet the noise, you create space for something greater, your own deepest wisdom. The more you practice mindfulness, meditation, and self-reflection, the clearer the voice of your higher self becomes. So what's one small step you can take today to create that space? Chapter 4. Strengthening your intuitive connection. Your higher self is always guiding you, but the challenge isn't just hearing it, it's trusting it. How many times have you had a gut feeling, only to second-guess yourself and later realize you were right all along? Strengthening your intuitive connection means learning to recognize when your higher self is speaking and having the confidence to follow its guidance. One of the biggest obstacles to trusting your intuition is fear-based thinking. The mind loves to create doubt, often disguising fear as logic. So how do you tell the difference? Intuition feels clear, calm, and certain. Fear feels loud, anxious, and urgent. For example, if you're considering a big life decision, intuition might come as a gentle nudge. This is the right path. Fear, on the other hand, will flood you with what-ifs and worst-case scenarios. Trusting your higher self takes practice. The more you listen to its guidance and act on it, the stronger the connection becomes. A simple way to start is by asking clear, specific questions and paying attention to the first answer that comes to mind before doubt kicks in. Try this. Find a quiet space and take a few deep breaths. Ask your higher self a simple question, something that's been on your mind. It could be as small as, what should I focus on today? Or as big as, is this job the right fit for me? The first response you get, whether a word, a feeling, or an image, is likely your higher self speaking. Don't overthink it. Journaling is another powerful tool for strengthening this connection. Write a question at the top of a page, then free write the response. You may be surprised by the clarity that emerges. Building trust with your higher self is like building a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The key is to listen, trust, and take action, even when it feels uncertain. The more you do, the more you'll realize that deep down, you already have the answers. Chapter 5. Dreams, Symbols, and Subconscious Messages. Your higher self isn't just whispering to you in moments of stillness. It's also speaking through your dreams. While your conscious mind is busy analyzing, planning, and reacting throughout the day, your subconscious takes over at night, delivering insights, symbols, and messages that often go unnoticed. Dreams are more than random images. They are reflections of your inner world. Have you ever woken up from a dream that felt oddly meaningful, even if you couldn't explain why? That's because your higher self often uses symbols and archetypes to communicate. Recurring themes in dreams like flying, being chased, or discovering hidden rooms can hold deeper messages about your spiritual path, personal growth, or unresolved emotions. How to recognize higher guidance in dreams. Some dreams feel chaotic and fragmented, but others have a distinct sense of clarity. These are the ones to pay attention to. Dreams from your higher self often feel vivid, emotionally charged, or carry a strong, intuitive knowing that lingers after waking up. Pay attention to symbols, certain images like water, emotions, doors, opportunities, or animals' inner wisdom often carry messages. Recurring dreams. If a certain dream keeps returning, your higher self is likely trying to get your attention. Lucid dreams. Moments when you realize you're dreaming can be an opportunity to consciously connect with your higher self. Using dream journaling for clarity. One of the easiest ways to strengthen your connection with dream messages is by keeping a dream journal. As soon as you wake up, write down everything you remember, no matter how fragmented. Over time, patterns will emerge, revealing insights that your waking mind might overlook. Asking your higher self for guidance before sleep. Want to receive clear answers through your dreams? Try this before bed. Set an intention. Silently ask your higher self for insight on a specific question or area of life. Keep a journal nearby. Be ready to record anything you remember as soon as you wake up. Look for patterns. Over time, symbols and messages will become clearer. Your higher self is always communicating. Sometimes it just happens while you sleep. The more attention you give to your dreams, the more they will reveal. Chapter 6. Raising your vibration to strengthen the connection. Your higher self is always guiding you, but your ability to receive that guidance depends on your energy. Imagine trying to tune into a radio station. If your frequency is off, all you'll hear is static. Raising your vibration is like fine-tuning your signal, making it easier to connect with your inner wisdom and receive clear messages. The role of energy in spiritual communication. Everything in the universe, including thoughts and emotions, carries a vibrational frequency. Fear, doubt, and negativity lower your vibration, creating static between you and your higher self. Love, gratitude, and inner peace, on the other hand, elevate your energy, creating a clear channel for guidance. The higher your vibration, the more effortlessly you align with the wisdom that's already within you. How your mindset and emotions affect connection. Have you ever noticed that when you're anxious or overwhelmed, it's nearly impossible to hear your intuition? That's because negative emotions create resistance. It's not that your higher self stops speaking, it's that your energy makes it harder to listen. The good news? You can shift this by adopting simple, high-frequency habits. Daily practices to raise your vibration. Gratitude. Take a few moments each morning to acknowledge what you're thankful for. Gratitude instantly shifts your energy from lack to abundance. Nature. Spend time outdoors. The Earth's energy naturally recalibrates your vibration, grounding you and restoring balance. Breathwork. Deep conscious breathing calms the nervous system and raises your energetic state. Try inhaling for 4 counts, holding for 4, and exhaling for 4. Conscious intention. Set the tone for your day. Speak or write a simple affirmation like, I am open to receiving wisdom from my higher self. The importance of self-care in maintaining a clear channel. Your connection to your higher self isn't just about spiritual practices. It's also about how you treat yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally. Lack of rest, poor nutrition, and constant stress can cloud your intuition. Prioritizing self-care isn't indulgent. It's essential for keeping your energy clear and receptive. When you raise your vibration, you're not just improving your mood, you're creating the ideal state for spiritual connection. The more you elevate your energy, the stronger and more effortless your relationship with your higher self becomes. Chapter 7, Automatic Writing and Inner Dialogue. Have you ever had a thought come to you so clearly, so unexpectedly, that it felt like it wasn't entirely your own? That's the essence of automatic writing, a direct line to your higher self. This practice allows you to bypass overthinking and access deeper wisdom through intuitive writing. It's a powerful way to receive guidance, gain clarity, and strengthen your connection with your inner knowing. What is automatic writing? Automatic writing is the process of allowing words to flow onto the page without conscious interference. Instead of forcing thoughts or analyzing what you're writing, you let messages come through naturally. Some describe it as channeling their higher self, while others see it as simply quieting the mental noise enough to hear what they already know deep down. Unlike typical journaling, where you consciously reflect on experiences, automatic writing bypasses the logical mind and taps into deeper intuition. The key is to write freely without censoring yourself or stopping to judge what comes through. How to get started with automatic writing. Create a quiet space. Find a calm, distraction-free area where you feel comfortable. Light a candle, play soft music, or take a few deep breaths to set the mood. Set an intention. Before you begin, state your purpose. Example, I invite my higher self to guide me through this writing session. I am open to receiving wisdom. Start with a question. Asking a direct question helps focus your energy. Try, what does my higher self want me to know today? What guidance do I need right now? Write freely. Don't overthink or filter your words. Let your hand move as thoughts arise, even if they seem random at first. How to distinguish real guidance from overthinking. A common question is, how do I know if it's my higher self speaking or just my own thoughts? The answer lies in how the messages feel. True guidance is calm, clear, and often surprising. It doesn't come from a place of fear or doubt. It feels like a gentle nudge rather than a forced thought. If the message feels empowering, reassuring, or insightful, trust it. A practical journaling prompt to begin the practice. Start with this simple exercise and take a deep breath, relax, and ask, what does my higher self want me to focus on today? Write without stopping for at least 5 minutes. When finished, read over your words. Notice any patterns, unexpected insights, or messages that resonate deeply. Automatic writing isn't about perfection, it's about practice. The more you trust the process, the clearer your inner dialogue becomes. Your higher self is always communicating. Are you ready to listen? Chapter 8, Asking for Signs and Divine Guidance. Have you ever thought about someone only to have them call you moments later? Or maybe you've had a song pop into your head that perfectly answered a question you were struggling with. These are not coincidences, they're signs. Your higher self is always communicating with you, but the key is learning how to ask for and recognize these messages. How to request clear signs. Your higher self speaks through intuition, symbols, and synchronicities. But instead of waiting for a message to appear, you can actively invite guidance by setting an intention. Here's how to ask for a sign with clarity. Be specific but open. Ask for a sign that will be clear to you, but leave room for the universe to surprise you. Example, if I'm on the right path, show me a blue butterfly. Or, if I should take this opportunity, let me hear a specific song today. Let go of the outcome. Ask and then release attachment. If you obsess over when or how the sign will show up, you might miss it. Be present and aware. The sign may come in unexpected ways. A conversation, a book title, a repeated number sequence, or even a dream. Stay open to receiving. Recognizing patterns and signs. Signs can appear in different forms. Here are some of the most common ways your higher self might send a message. Numbers, repeated sequences like 111, 222, or 777 often hold symbolic meanings. Animals. A specific animal appearing frequently, in real life or media, may carry a message for you. Songs and words, a song lyric, a phrase from a stranger, or a line in a book that speaks directly to your situation. Dreams. A recurring symbol or person showing up in dreams as guidance. Imagine someone contemplating a career change. They ask their higher self for a sign, unsure whether to take the leap. The next day, they overhear two separate strangers discussing new job opportunities. Later, they open their inbox to an unexpected email about a position that perfectly aligns with their skills. The signs were everywhere, they just had to be open enough to see them. An exercise. Ask for a sign and stay open. Right now, think of something you need clarity on. Ask, higher self, send me a clear sign about your situation within the next few days. Release it. Don't overanalyze. Just notice what patterns or messages show up. The universe speaks in whispers, not shouts. When you ask, trust that the answer will come. Just be ready to receive it. Chapter 9, Trusting the Answers You Receive. You ask for a sign, receive it loud and clear, and then immediately question if it was real. Sound familiar? Doubt is the biggest barrier to receiving guidance from your higher self. Many people second-guess their intuition, wondering if it's just their imagination. But the truth is, your higher self communicates in ways that often feel subtle or even ordinary. Learning to trust those messages is the key to strengthening the connection. Why do we doubt our own guidance? Doubt creeps in because we've been conditioned to rely on external validation. Society teaches us to prioritize logic over intuition, and as a result, we second-guess inner knowing. Thoughts like, was that really a sign, or am I making it up? Or, what if I'm wrong? Can block the flow of communication. But just like a muscle, trust in your higher self strengthens with practice. Overcoming second-guessing. To build trust in your inner guidance, start by noticing small confirmations in everyday life. The more you recognize them, the more confidence you'll have in the process. Here's how. Acknowledge the first thought. Your initial gut feeling is often the right one. Don't overanalyze or rationalize it away. Write it down. Keep a journal of intuitive nudges and the outcomes. Over time, you'll see patterns emerge that reinforce the accuracy of your higher self's messages. Test it with small decisions. Before doubting a major life choice, start with smaller ones. Ask for guidance on what book to read next, which route to take, or what to focus on today. Look for repeated signs. If a message keeps showing up, the same phrase, number, or suggestion from different sources, trust that it's meant for you. Building confidence in your higher self's wisdom. When you start trusting the answers you receive, your higher self's voice becomes clearer. You begin to notice synchronicities more frequently. Your decisions feel more aligned, and life starts flowing with greater ease. A visualization exercise to strengthen trust. Try this simple practice. Find a quiet space and close your eyes. Take a deep breath and imagine yourself standing on a path. In front of you, there's a door. This door represents trust in your higher self. Imagine opening it and stepping through. As you walk forward, visualize yourself confidently receiving and following inner guidance. Feel a sense of certainty, peace, and trust growing within you. The more you practice listening, trusting, and acting on the messages from your higher self, the more naturally the guidance will come. You don't need to have all the answers right now. Just take the next step and trust that the path will unfold. Conclusion: living in alignment with your higher self. This journey of connecting with your higher self isn't about reaching a final destination. It's about deepening a relationship. Every time you listen, trust, and act on the guidance you receive, you strengthen that connection. Over time, it becomes second nature, something you turn to instinctively when faced with decisions, challenges, or moments of reflection, making it a daily practice. The key to maintaining this connection isn't about setting aside hours of meditation or seeking elaborate signs. Instead, it's about bringing awareness into your daily life in small, meaningful ways. Start your day with intention. Take a moment each morning to set a clear intention. Higher self, guide me today. Help me see the opportunities and wisdom around me. Tune in before making decisions. Whether it's a major life choice or something simple, pause and ask, what feels aligned with my highest good? Reflect on signs and nudges. Keep a journal to track synchronicities, insights, or intuitive hits that stood out during the day. Trust the process. Some messages will be obvious, while others may take time to reveal their meaning. Let go of the need for instant clarity and allow guidance to unfold naturally. Your higher self is always guiding you. This isn't just a concept, it's a truth woven into your existence. The wisdom, clarity, and direction you seek are already within you. When you quiet the noise, trust your inner knowing, and take inspired action, you align with something greater than yourself. A deeper intelligence that is always guiding you toward growth, purpose, and fulfillment. So the question isn't whether your higher self is speaking to you, it always is. The real question is, are you ready to listen? Thank you for joining us on this journey of self-discovery. If you found value in today's content, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more empowering audiobooks and insights. Make sure to check the description below for more information, links to our other content, and ways to stay connected with us. Your journey within starts here. Let's grow together. Until next time, keep exploring, keep growing, and stay inspired.